My name is Domenic DeAngelo, and as a principal in New York City, you read so much stuff every day. There's so much stuff in the news about education every day. And, there's so much pressure on, test scores, ELA and math, and we're all going crazy for, the tests that are coming out in May, and we have all these progress reports and all these assessments and accountabilities, and we have all these teacher and union issues and so forth. But the one thing I really learned after 2 years being a principal, probably the greatest impact on academic achievement is not test prep. It's really making every student feel comfortable about coming to work. That's their work. By law, a middle-aged or elementary school child has only one job in life. The only job that they can fill legally is going to school. And unfortunately, a lot of these students don't feel comfortable going to school. And it took me 2 years to realize, wow, you know what? We need to make sure everyone feels totally comfortable. Because if you're comfortable, it's like working in your job. If you love what you're doing, you never work a day in your life. If you love coming to work, you're going to perform at a different level. The same thing holds true for students. The students have to feel totally comfortable, not embarrassed, and stay focused on what they're there for. Not worry about, well, she's talking about me, she has my name in her mouth, and all that stupid stuff, okay, that we see. Kids will act like kids. That's okay. The problem is the adults who act like kids. That's the biggest issue we have in education, okay? But, you have to put yourself in the child's place. Now, I used to think that bullying was, grabbing someone by the tie of the shirt. Only physical. That was my understanding, a couple of years ago. That's far from really what the situation is in school. It can be calling someone a name, just making someone feel uncomfortable because they look a little bit different. They're a little bit chubbier. Well, I'm a nerd. I was called a nerd in school. Most of those people who call me the nerd are in the corrections facilities or in a cemetery, okay? Now, as a principal of a middle school, if you want to make the best investment, call up all your politicians, call up everyone, You want to really have the biggest impact on your financial situation, put your money in education. Put it into this cause. Because what happens is, we don't want my customers become the Department of Corrections customers. That's a lot more expensive. We're going to pay a lot more money. And we need to drive the point clear that we need to focus on the elementary and the middle school. And bullying starts in the elementary level, and it goes through college. You can't pick up a paper. You can't go through a week in New York City or anywhere where you have a situation, where you have a case, where someone feels uncomfortable, may commit suicide because they were bullied, even at college, because they were called gay. Really stupid stuff, unfortunately. And we need to focus, and as a principal, I declared war 2 years ago on this. I did a formal declaration of war. I said, I can't stand this stuff, and we have to put an end to it. Now, every day is a battle. You can have some good days and some bad days, but we're having a lot more good days now because we've done a lot of great stuff as far as addressing this issue and not putting it to the side. If a child comes to my office, well, and she's uncomfortable, he's uncomfortable, don't brush it off as a minor thing, because in that child's mind, it's a big deal. And it's all about the students. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned as a principal in 4 years. If we made every child feel comfortable, and you really win a lot of battles where you have, it's not just the bully and the victim. The bigger issue are the bystanders who are watching and doing nothing. And there's a big connection between bullying and gangs, very big. A bully was usually a victim at one time and has a self-identity issue. So how do we change that? We don't want to suspend the students. We want them to come to school. And we think we have the right formula and the recipe out in Coney Island. That's where my school is in Brooklyn, okay? Brooklyn, New York is the 4th largest city in America, the capital of the world. Okay, respect for all should be an everyday situation in school, okay? We need to be respectful every day. And we want every child to have no dragons, no fears. That's what this is all about. We are a rap school for the first year, and we're thrilled with it, and we hope this program continues for a very, very long time. We are also a Council for Unity school, okay? Council is a very big program that was built about 30 years ago to address the gang issues in Brooklyn and John Dewey High School. We are the model middle school when it comes to Council for Unity, as well as many other programs. We have an after-school program that really addresses the whole bullying issue, okay? Every child should be in Council for Unity. What does that mean? It's service-oriented. We have these exit projects for graduation, for 8th grade. You have to do a science trifold board. You have to do a social studies project before you can graduate. Domenic is proposing, which I've done to the chancellor, we should have a service project. We should have service projects every day. The best thing that we can do in our schools is to teach our students about service, about giving back. I'm the best example. I did it 8 years ago. People in corporate said, DeAngelo, you're crazy. How can you do it? Now they're saying, DeAngelo, where was that crystal ball that you used 8 years ago? After seeing what's happening now in financial services. So I look like it was a genius move. Okay? And look, genius, but I told them, well, maybe I'll show you the crystal ball, but let's support the schools. It's all about the students, and we need to drive the point home every day, every day. We have monthly initiatives about service, teaching students to give back, helping each other, helping the community. That's what it's about. We created a musical called Dragon Slayer. It's an absolutely incredible musical that we wrote, directed, we actually wrote the songs too, about cyberbullying. We want to remind students that you receive through giving. That's very powerful. Every student should be in this service-oriented mind. We want to have character education. We want to expose every school to Dragon Slayer, this production, okay? We have the bystander, the victim, and the bully. We need to focus also on the bystanders, make them leaders, empower them. It's okay to tell us something is not right and report that, and reward these students and recognize them. We're getting students coming to my office every day saying, Mr. DeAngelo, we hear you loud and clear. This one is making fun of this one, okay? This one is teasing me, and we jump on it immediately in a very positive, constructive way, okay? We want to really make it a learning opportunity and experience, okay? But we need to have a lot of assemblies. We need to drive the point home every day. A lot of peer mediation, a lot of collaboration with the teachers and other students, and really making everyone being part of the process of eliminating bullying in our schools. So it's been very powerful. Like I said, some days we have some bad days. We're having a lot more good days. So we're winning the war. So the declaration of war is paying off. But the bottom line is this. We want to expand respect for all to every day in IS 228. We're doing that. I actually have lunch with every student. This year, every student the customer has a lunch with the boss at least once before the end of the year. I want to hear what they have in their head. It's been very powerful. They've been giving us a lot of great data of what's going on and so forth. And we want to recognize the bystanders. These are the real leaders. You see something that's not right, make it right, okay? I thank you for your time. I invite all of you to come out to IS 228 anytime. I'm always there, okay? Thank you so much.